What's good, fellow CEOs? Welcome to the irony of gaming. And man, last episode, the last thing we did before it was Convergent Order. Crazy episode. Insanity. I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait for the next Omen to release next month. It's gonna be insane. But in the meantime, we're gonna be finishing up episode 2 of Replacer. Now, I just realized that I ended up putting a different story title of it on there because I don't know why. I don't know why I put that title on there. The way, like, the name of the story, because the story, it's the for episode 2, the story was called Replacer. So I wasn't sure why I ended up putting a different title to it, but I did change it though, just as a heads up. So if you do, like, remember, like, there was another title to it, there was, and then I ended up changing it to the appropriate one that it was supposed to be named. Man, I love this theme song. But yeah, let's go to it. Yeah, it was Replacer. And we had already did Act 2 and Act 1. So now we're going to be doing the next set, which is Act 3 and Act 4. It's really not much that's on these, but these are pretty critical to the story for this, for episode 2. So, let's get started. But before I do start, you guys already know the drill already. If I'm going to talk about anything that's going to be spoiler related, I'm going to count down from 5 seconds. And that's going to give you guys enough time to mute the video. And once I'm done talking about what I'm talking about, I'm going to rotate my mouse just like this. And that's going to give you guys the signal to unmute the video, and then we can continue on with it. And also, too, as I'm doing missions, you know, the rule for me is that I am obligated to only use units that's part of the same squad. Now there may be some times where I may do a collaborative effort like I did in my previous episodes that I've done before, but it's usually rare that I would need to do something like that. It's not a lot. There aren't really a lot of situations within the main story missions that would actually, you know, force you to do something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, things were getting pretty intense. The last episode for that, we were with Mina and Amy. They had to escape from this sketchy camp that they were, like, dragging, like, these sketchy mercs. They were dragging in, like, a bunch of refugees and whatnot, including counters. And what Mina and Amy ended up doing, or at least Mina, was that she gave the responsibility to Kim Sobin, which she had her, you know, doing an ambush on these guys, and she was just going full goddess of war, like, just full goddess of war mode on everybody, which is why I always suspect that the devs were probably going to give her either a rearm, or they would probably give her an awakened version, or who knows, maybe an entirely different model, like an SSR model, like just like how they did with a few other units that we know of, like the other girl, Kim Choan. I think that's that was her name and whatnot. Oh, hold on, before I do that, actually, wait, yeah, I'm gonna slide into this, and I'm just gonna check something real quick, because I think that is her name. Yeah, Kim Choan. There we go, her. Because her original version, which I'm not sure if people really do, like, look at this type of version on it. I don't think they really remember of this character. But yeah, this is her original form. And she has a, you know, an MP5, and she's a sniper. Now, it's pretty funny how a sniper has a submachine gun, but if you look here, the glasses tells it all. But if you're wondering about why that is, it's in a substream story for Shinja, and it'll definitely tell you the reason why, which is pretty clever, I would say. But it definitely makes sense. All right, so we're on Act 3, right? So we're gonna go here. Perfume maker who wandered looking for the sweetest scent. Burst into tears. When a passerby gave him a coin, he finally found the sweetest scent in the world? Client. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna start this? And also, too, I wanted to start the I wanted to show you guys the dive 45 to 50. Now that we're able to go back into those missions. However, I'm having trouble finding the actual cutscenes to it. I don't think that they added the cutscenes within them, so I'm currently trying to look for them. It has to be somewhere within the game, but if not, that is really, really unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere within here. It might be like launched like deeply into the substreams somewhere. So I'm gonna try to look for it. Probably this week to see if it is there. But if it isn't there, then I may just end up just just showing a few comps maybe to for people who are struggling for the dive 45 to 50. Okay, so we were using Mason's group, right? So we're gonna do something different. I want to use a different ship as well. Oh man, Gleipnir. I remember using this ship going through the story. Good times. Good times. You know what? To make this interesting, we're just gonna use Panda. Haven't used this one in such a long time. That would make things really interesting. Oh, it's a level 32 as well. Man. Okay, so we are going to... Oops. Alright, so we do that. Let's see. Who are we going to use? Oh, you know who I haven't used in a while? Yeah. We haven't used Orca in quite a while. I want to get an air unit just in case. Although, I wonder if Orca Special can attack the air as well. Because if that's the case, I could just have her show up there instead. But we're gonna add the team on here. Where was the other guy? There were two more. There it is. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. I accidentally clicked off the X. You know what? I wonder, why is it like right here? Could it be like somewhere like, I don't know, maybe right here, maybe? I don't accidentally click on it or something. Let's see, what's this? Sorry, this right here. And there's a defender.
믿음직스러운
there we go.
형씨들이 많구만.
Right
누님들도?
Yep, we'll be good. We're good. Oh, right. Because Kim saw something strange and she ended up freaking out when she saw those replacer hybrid guys. And then she ended up like, she was just out of it, and I think she passed out a little bit. Or she was just in the daze. We wouldn't want her to misfire. Interesting. Ooh, Mina's getting suspicious. Whoa, really? Sometimes I almost want to get the procedure done myself. Man, I don't remember Mason ever saying that. If it weren't for the side effects, that is. Hey, you guys think that we might someday get like a rearm version of John Mason? Or possibly an awakened version? That would be something, because he's a very interesting character. Aside with the memes. But he's pretty intelligent. Thus far, what we've seen. %. That's hella low. Smart guy, please. Back into the 80s. God damn. Ooh, an arrest warrant. Oh, right. I remember this part. You guys are in for a treat. I'm busy. Oh no. All right, here we go.
우리 힘내봐요. 저기도 동네 오빠들에게 도움 됐겠죠? 저 많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Hey, it's Tommy. Told you guys were in for a treat. So this is, hold on, not too shabby, Mr. Mason. Tommy the diehard's rival. So this is the first time meeting these guys. Actually, I do wonder about something though. I think because I think that there is a substream. Well, no, I know that there's a substream. There's a substream with Mason of his story, but I'm not sure if it's the story before he met these guys, or is it after a specific main episode. Gotta look into that. But at least in terms of this would be the first time we, like in the main story, this is where we first encounter these guys. I'll go easy on you if you surrender. Stooges. Yeah, that's basically what they are, the Three Stooges. Ah, okay. There we go. Mason just answered my question. So this is the first time that we as the reader would see these guys. However, there's a substream that takes this way back. That takes the encounter way back. Interesting substream, by the way. Of course you did, Tommy. The free riders. So, man, I forgot how funny this episode was. Bro, you tried to hunt them, and now you trying to ask them for money? Right. I've got a hunch here, but I I think for you guys that are reading that are new to the CounterSide story, I think you guys will like these three right here. I think you'll like them. They might be a bit dumb, but they won't betray you. Ooh. I wonder, have they ever ran away? I don't remember. Well, I guess we'll find out.
계속 지켜봐줘. 절대 포기하지 않을 테니까.
Clearing their names requires powers that's neither a gun nor a sword. The meaning of chivalry. I have a hard time saying that word. Chivalry. For some reason, when I hear chivalry, I'm thinking of the knights. The knights. Oh, speaking of the knights, guys, next month when we get the Awakened, the next season pass is literally the other unit, the other knight, the crazy chick who was part of what's his name? It read something. Yeah, Redshift. Yeah, Redshift. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be cool. Alright. So we are at this one right here, right? Fugitives, rolling. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. Who else are we gonna use? I want to use Redshift. Wait, is he... Can he attack air as well? Or he's just ground? He's just ground. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm gonna use.
이번 프로젝트는 뭐야? 스타트 라인이 여기야?
I haven't used units like these in a very long time. I think we'll be fine. she's even saying it's a fact. Like, the fact that they're just like implying this, there's no way that she's not gonna get a rearm or maybe a full on rework of being an SSR, like a whole different model. I can imagine that. Like, she probably has like, I don't know, maybe she'll have like a missile that she's holding or whatnot, or maybe it's the same thing, but I don't know, maybe more deadly, and then she just lets her hair out. Oh, that would be pretty badass, right? She'll let her hair out, and then she'll have no glasses on. Probably wear like, I don't know, like high-tech contacts or something like that. That would be pretty cool, actually. Mina getting a little tsundere. Yeah, I don't think she believes you. You gotta love Tommy's stories. With exactly 40 bullets. So what? You just doing one-shot kills? Okay. Oh man, I remember just cracking up reading this part. These guys are something else. Bro, they just keep upping the ante. They keep upping it. Gran Turismo. Bro, they just keep they keep increasing the number. Look, you see that? Even Mason noticed that. Why did he keep ramping up the kill count? Uh-oh. Ooh. Shit's about to get real. In most cases.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다.
버티는만 덤벼. 준비는 완벽해. 전광 석화. 좀 아플 거다. 간다. 어디?
잡아먹힐 거야.
어디? 있어. 어디?
내 친구 괴롭히지 마.
전광 석화.
아칼리의 칭찬.
막치기.
우리는 꽤 아플까?
부스트.
완전 무적상태예요. 이렇게 화났다. 큰 거 온다. 인식이 됐어. 안되면 볼걸.
부스트.
잡아먹힐 거야. 내 친구 괴롭히지 마. 내 친구
전광
괴롭히지 마.
석화. 좀 아플 거다.
감히 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Nice. Oof.
시뮬레이션 결과
이미 예견된 승리였어.
What should I use? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try something out.
잘 부탁드립니다, 여러분.
함께해서 영광이야.
There we go. This is looking grim. Ooh. That don't sound good at all. Oh, hold on. Just in case too, spoiler warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who haven't viewed the video, isn't it kind of crazy how Blackbird, he rarely ever shows up now later on in like other main episodes. It's like they pushed him back to being like a background character now, or just there for the memes. But he's really contributed like quite a lot within the story, helping out the counters, helping out Coffin Company, helping saving the world when they need him most, because he has his nice connections, especially with the whole invasion thing that was going on. I think he had a play in that, in, you know, helping defend against the whole compromising thing. Because I mean, he's pretty much like CIA. I mean, of course, CIA doesn't exist in this world, but he's basically the equivalent of that. He's like the CIA version of that within the CounterSide world. But it's kind of a shame that we don't really see much of Blackbird like we used to anymore. Because he's really been genuinely helpful in serious situations. It seems like they put Mason within within his place, which his name is Mark, but so Mason is taking in filling in for Mark, but it's a shame they don't really put him into more story, because I would love to have him be a part of the whole group and all of that, rather than having to be like a meme like a meme background character, kind of like how Tommy, Mikey, and the other guy. For some reason I forgot his name, but it's cool to see those guys now and then, especially those guys, because they really contributed a lot. They're pretty badass. They're a lot tougher than what most people give them credit for. But yeah, I would definitely like to see more story involving him. Besides just the really serious stuff. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Man, that should have been your chance for an extra commission, Mason. Hold on, I'm just checking something real quick. Mo, Larry, and Curly. Here we go.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다.
제군들 전쟁을 시작하자. 진격하자. 치워주나?
저기도 전부 저희 땅이에요.
치워주나?
저 많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Nice. There's no going back once it begins, although the rate of progression might vary. Ah, have you, Amy?
환호와 갈채 소리가 들려? 자부심을 느껴도 좋아.
I'm not talking to you, Mason. Oof. Mark Finley. Wait a minute. What? I was an administrator who was deployed from Langley. That's interesting that he's using the administrator word. The CIA. Ah, replacers. Ultimate shock troopers. Come on, Mencia. Really? The ingredients. Yep, you need people to create an army. Uh-oh, Mina's freaking out. Hello. Ooh. Because knights at the time were savage human weapons. Honor and grace can sometimes work as constraints. Honor and grace can sometimes work as constraints. Yo, that's a bar right there. Do you hear that? That's a rhyme right there. Honor and grace can sometimes work as constraints. Ooh. Very poetic. Going back. For old time's sake, I'm gonna do that.
강하다고 살아남는 게 아니야.
Who's the stripper? I forgot she says that. Replace her knight. There she is. Ooh. Damn. She bodied your elite squad. I remember seeing that part and I was just like, oh damn. I thought Mark ended up checkmating her, but she ended up checkmating him. Uh-oh. Ooh, she's a real cocky one. Yep, do whatever it takes.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다.
And in this case, survive against Mina.
아직이야.
여기도 저기도 전부 저희 땅이에요. 저 많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Nice. I remember first seeing this, I was like, wow, she has a really cool design. And I remember thinking, I was like, I wonder if we'll ever get a unit. I wonder if she'll ever be a unit in the story or in the game. I was like, yo, this character looks too cool to not get to not be an actual SSR unit or something like that. Well, as you can see in the collection section, that's exactly what they did. Not only that, but they added some more interesting characters in the game. Ooh. Wow, they already got the company name and everything. Hide and seek. Ooh, alternative type. What does she mean by that? I wonder. They were hospitalized during an operation to overthrow the previous president due to a disaster caused by some dimwit mercenary. Tricked by someone named Jane Doe, huh? Ooh, Mina's getting serious. I literally got hired a few days ago. Okay, who we contact?
저는 내게 주어진 숙명을 외면하지 않겠어.
serious. All right, so we're starting Act 4. Oh, look at that. I didn't complete this one all the way. Okay, well, we gotta fix that. Ooh, we got a lot of fights ahead of us. Who should I use?
심호흡. 새 세고 가죠.
Hey, Lisa Young. Oh, I guess in this world, the CIA is CIA, I guess. I figured that they'd just be like in a, you know, like a different equivalent version of it, but I guess not. They're just going with the full name. An advance payment for the mission. Is it loose change, Lycion? How much he sent you? Whoa, you can't, man, you don't have to pay a dime in taxes either? Whew. No refund policy, bro. That's business for you guys. That's business. Yep. How shameless, Mina. Maybe, Amy. Maybe. This is true too. Go and leave forever. Damn. Did you just say the employee of the month, bruh? She was just, not too long ago, she was just bashing Mina. Now all of a sudden she's an employee of the month. Going AWOL. Damn. She's very pushy.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다. 빛이 그대에게 선량한 방식을. 멈추세요. 저기도 전부 저희 땅이에요.
2 shots.
역시 오빠가 최고예요.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh man. I was expecting at least 3 shots. Second, the customer. Hey. She said we're no better than pirates, bro. I forgot about this. She's like, what? We're no better than pirates. Boom. They just apprehended her. Bro, she just went into full tyrant mode. Oh man, this episode is hilarious. And Chloe sees it. What are you gonna say, Chloe? Of course, Chloe's always down for mischief. You'll see. Damn. Yo, she is like in greed mode right now.
이 승리는 팔라딘의 금지. 그리고 당신
city turned into a living hell. The destinations is all far away, but first they must deal with the surging enemies. Okay. In a flesh. What should I use?
늘 하던 대로 하세요.
We'll use them. Oh, right. Alt Squad's here too. Man, shit is really getting real. It's getting out of hand. Strangely quiet. Okay, hold on for a second. So, spoiler warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who haven't muted the video, I wonder what would have happened if Mina had spilled the beans a little sooner of who her sister, talk about her sister, but if if some off chance, if Hilde ended up going into the hospital with Mina to check up on her sister, I wonder what the reaction would have been. That would have probably been so catastrophic, I would think. But then again, maybe not. Maybe not. But then again, too, at this time, Hilde's memories haven't fully returned, so we're not really sure how much she really remembers until later on within the main episodes. But even then, it's just I don't know. Maybe Hilde always knew, and it's just continuing to pretend not to know, like how the administrator did, or I don't know. That would be interesting if something like that happened. If she had run into that specific individual later on. Interesting. Huh. How noble of you, Yumina. Yeah, I kind of figured you wasn't. Oh man,
우리 힘내봐요.
this is definitely one of the the stories that that definitely got me hooked onto the story, because things just got like crazy so fast, and then they really started bringing out a lot of questions and whatnot.
여기도 저기도 언니 오빠들에게 도움 됐겠죠? 저 많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Man, Mina is really bent out of shape. She's hell bent on trying to save her sister. Very dedicated. That's new. Oh shit. That is so epic. Ooh. Rip Amy, man. Rest in
이걸로
peace.
어떤 게 더 바뀌었을까요? 좋은 결과 있으셨길 바라죠.
Whew. I remember seeing that for the first time. I was like, oh shit. That is crazy. I remember seeing that, and I was so hooked into the story. After that, I was just like, oh, I gotta see what happens. Holy shit. It's no longer with you. Oof. Value of tragedy. Should I use? Oh, this is perfect. We'll use Alex.
오래오래 보자 얘들아.
We'll deal with this. Got crushed in an instant. Whew. Mina's pissed off. Okay, at this point in time, when I was reading this, I was like, oh, I would love to face off against her. I would love to see what she could do. I think my characters, they were like, my units at the time, I think they were like at what, level, maybe like around the same level, maybe a little bit higher. Man, she is cocky.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다. 묵직하게 행동. 저기도 전부 저희 완전 무적 상태예요.
You showed him, Alex.
역시 오빠가 최고예요.
All that's left are her clothes. Oof.
우리
Mina's
애들이
on a
말을
revenge
참
arc.
잘 들어. 당신 닮아 그러나?
Yeah, we could use her.
악령의 냄새가 가득한데?
Oh, it's a nice scenery. So they are test subjects. How insane. You know, I would definitely like to know more on, I guess, the full extent of their abilities. Okay. Well, the reunion happened.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다.
자, 간지럽잖아. 아직이야.
이건 서비스야. 여기도
주제를
저기도
모르냐?
전부 저희 땅이에요.
뭐 하나 박살나도 모른다.
완전 무적 상태예요. 이건 서비스야.
Oh yeah, also too, if you notice, she has a striker
아니 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
rather than the defender symbol, which is interesting. And her attack animations are a little bit different too. One of the highest ranking replacements. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Oh man, I almost forgot just how strong she was. Uh-oh.
테마 완료. 의뢰금을 청구할게.
Show everything you've got. Contest has begun. Go on the stage and show everything you've got. Your time is limited and your victory is not guaranteed. Huh. Interesting. Interesting choice of words on there. I heard the stage and I instantly have to choose a specific character.
오데트에게는 들러리가 필요한 법이죠.
Let's see what you got, Knight. Yeah, I like this scene. I was like, oh yeah, Mina's in no mood to talk. I was like, yeah, let's no more talking. Let's just get straight down to the fight, straight down to battle. She was kind of stupid like that. Oh, it's like she's going all out. Category 3 equivalent COs. Okay. Look a little pale, as if you've seen something like this before. Hilda. Interesting. Trying to think, what would make her so spooked like that? Maybe it's something similar? So maybe something like, ooh. Well, no, I don't think it would have anything to do with that, because that's different. But perhaps the hybriders was never the. They probably were never the actual originals. Maybe there's something a lot similar to what the hybriders are. Okay, I think we should definitely get this second form, or at least get a skin of this, because this is so badass. I can't even believe we never got a skin, or maybe a different version of this unit. It's like, it's insanity. Like, you see this design? How can we have not gotten this? That's insanity.
오빠, 우리 힘내봐요.
Oh man, that's amazing.
아직 당신만을 위한 세레나데입니다. 연주에 맞춰 춤추세요. 아름답게 피어나. 이것도
완전
예상하셨나요?
무적상이에요.
목숨 구걸할 시간은 끝났어.
언니 오빠들에게
어,
도움
man.
받겠죠?
버러지들.
역시 오빠가 최고예요.
Wasn't she gonna activate her ultimate? Did she just stop her for that? Oh, interesting. She recognizes that? Literally killed her with the wolf's bane. Yep. She's getting stronger. It's very interesting she says this. You guys should pay attention to these words right here. Remember this this sentence. A specific part of the sentence, how revenge won't bring a dead person back. That's an interesting line within this story. Oh, Hilde is really happy about this, though. She actually encourages it. I encourage revenge. It's like she's actually proud of Mina for that. She's really bummed out about this. Ooh. Mason's been offering a lot of deals. Quite the opportunist. Personal vendetta. Another path to revenge. Project CounterSide. Well, looks like they made a deal.
달링, 당신을 위한 세레나데랍니다.
Stay calm in the face of death. What a tragedy. Wow, you couldn't even find the body? What, she got crushed so bad That she just disintegrated? What a way to go. Yeah, she didn't. Ah. You know, have you guys ever noticed, like, she within these first 2 episodes, Mina has never mentioned her parents. I don't think she's ever mentioned them not once. Are they alive? Are they dead? But this one line, she says, "It's not uncommon for people to lose contact with their family these days, myself included." Who'd you lose contact with? All your family members? Or just one in particular? Reading back on this is it gives a lot of interesting theories and thoughts on that. Commander? Hey, Amy? All right, she did take the inhibitor thing. The hardest thing was pretending to be weak. Oh man. Such an idiot. I remember seeing this part right here. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be crazy. I was like, damn, just how powerful Amy is. And it's like, it's crazy too, because you see the complete personality change. Her personality completely changes within this particular scene. Not to kill her by accident, just because she's so goddamn powerful. Ah. Episode 2 complete. So it looks like Amy was spying for a commander so far. Whoever this commander is. I guess they're spying on Mina. What a story. I remember reading through this one. I was like, oh man, I gotta read more onto this. Because it just gets better. It just gets better each episode. It gets more intense. It becomes more tragic. Gets a little bit more wholesome, but still keeps the tragedy, and it just keeps the craziness, the insanity of it. It just continues to increase each episode, and the substreams become more deep as well. Pretty awesome stuff. Oh wait, there was a hard mode to this too, right? Oh, okay, I got it. I finally got it. Nice. 500. So yeah, if you do get all S ranks on this, you do get a nice amount of quartz. 100, 250, and 500 right here. So you could definitely get a lot of good quartz within these storylines with each episode every time you do a full S rank and complete the hard mode as well. But yeah, this was a really good one. This is like, I guess, like the pinnacle of what really got me like invested into the story. When I first started the episode 2, definitely something awesome. And episode 3 will end up doing that next. But before we call it here, we're gonna do 2 PvP matches. This week has been pretty crazy so far. It's been like a lot of hospital builds. So you're probably gonna see like a lot of crazy stuff that's going on here. Oh, I was gonna try and explain it a little bit, but like my goal here is pretty much to keep Jushiyun alive and any of my other strikers alive, so I can try and eventually kill them on the other side. However, lately they've been using a lot of Kirins lately, so it's gonna be pretty difficult to maneuver. Oh, okay. So that's the route you're going? No problem. Alright, so I'm gonna try and heal Jushiyun up a little bit more. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna summon Maka. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna use Nayubin because I forget that Yenyua, she has this tendency where she likes to use her shields a lot. So I'm gonna try and stop that. Yeah, because Yenyua does a lot of damage, so I'm going to see if I can try and stop this.
피할 수 없을 대박인데요.
Oh man, that's not looking good at all.
대박인데요?
이거예요. 모든 걸
고생했습니다. 푹 쉬세요.
하고는 됐나?
That was a close one right there.
이거예요. 모든 걸 끝내겠다.
어찌된 일입니까?
Oh, they had Mafka as well. I didn't see that.
하고는 됐나? 커브오지 마. 반칙으로만 커브오지 마.
Uh-oh.
하고는 된 커브오지 마. 커브오지 마. 하고는 됐나?
Oh man,
제긴 나서지 말 걸 그랬어.
not bad. I didn't even notice they had the Mafka up there. Not bad. Oh, let's try it again. I wonder, maybe I should have, yeah, I probably should have summoned Yubin a lot faster, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's see what this one's all about.
내기들에게 겁먹을 소냐?
너무 늦진 않았죠? 오, 아슬아슬한데요.
Alright.
진정하세요.
Now, normally I would use a shield on there, but she has like that, you know, she's got that ability where she has barrier reflux, like Yubin. So it wouldn't be a good idea for me to do that. So I'm gonna try and attack them for as quickly as possible.
푹 쉬세요. 이해합니다.
저질러버려. 모든 걸
Alright, so we got the healer out.
진정하세요.
커브오지 마.
Alright.
됐나? 커브오지 마. 일제 사기. 저질러버려.
Nice.
좌표축 연산 완료.
Ooh.
부분 기박 발사. 예상대로야. 무장 칼로리 달겠습니다.
이젠 빌어도 소용없어.
Gonna delay them a little bit.
정말 좀
이것마저도 피하시면
Nice. What a
곤란한데요.
Nice. Beautiful combo. That was a fantastic combo. You know, I'm gonna play one more. I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna play one more. One more. Ooh, okay. Lin Zen. I can tell this is gonna be crazy.
먹을 소냐?
너무 늦진 않았죠?
관측 수식에 따른 결과입니다.
I expect them to use the other ability to break them to the middle. As soon as they do that, that's where I'm going to use Mafka. Perfect. They actually went for it. Nice.
이해해 주세요.
역할을 다하겠어.
더 밟아주셔 보세요. 이건 사용할게요.
Yeah, I'm just going to use this because now Yubin can't handle Mafka. So I'm just going to, yeah, do that to him.
나부터 시작.
이해합니다.
Nice. Got to use Amy. That's good. Nice. And there we go. Good match. Yeah, this is a pretty destructive build, especially with Mafka. If you can't even reach Mafka, you'll have a really bad time. So it's but what they did with the Amy thing, that was a really good one right there, because usually players would usually use Amy. I've even used Amy to try and bring Mafka to the middle, because you know, when that happens, you could sometimes easily kill Mafka like that. But fortunately, in this case, that didn't happen. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the PvP matches on here. And also too, if you're thinking about trying PvP, don't hesitate to to try it. Just give it a try. Don't be afraid to try it out a little bit. Because I mean, there are times the fights are pretty cool to watch and whatnot. But yeah, episode 2, crazy twists and turns, and it just gets better from there. It really does just gets better from there, and it just gets way more crazier, way more outlandish. And yeah, we're gonna be starting episode 3 soon. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm out of here. Catch you later.